Hey everyone, and welcome back to Delightful by Design. Today we're diving into the latest twist in the Wendy and Eddie Osefo fraud saga, a story that's shaken both Bravo fans and the legal world. Initial story about Wendy and Eddie's arrest was already surprising, but the additional allegations truly made me hesitate. Credit and debit card fraud accusations? Really, Wendy and Eddie? But keep in mind that everyone is innocent until proven guilty by the court of law. Now, it's astonishing because Wendy and Eddie seem to be living a nice, soft lifestyle, both in their respectable careers.
Police claim this all stems from an alleged burglary at the couple's home last year. They allegedly sought payouts nearing $500,000 for designer goods the cops claim Wendy still has. This all while boasting about the success of the couple's cannabis brand.
Happy Eddie is thriving. Happy Eddie is in 3 states, Maryland, Missouri, and New Jersey. We are doing numbers. He is not only focused on the cannabis industry, but on what it means to, really destigmatize Black people in cannabis offenses. So we're good over here.
You would think that living within their means would have been sufficient, but not for the Bravo franchise or RHOP. But to be honest, I prefer to see Wendy and Eddie work life as their storylines rather than this fabricated lavishness that led them into this situation in the first place. So, yes, there's a moral to this Bunny and Clyde tale. Cause trust you and me, Wendy and Eddie are not the only ones committing fraud to put on a facade. Also thinking, how is Wendy and Eddie is going to explain their way out of the insurance fraud allegations based on the evidence explained by law officials to the public? Now, according to the lawyers for Wendy and Eddie, they released a joint statement essentially saying that this is an attack on this family, and we're going to get into this later. We're going to talk about their claims later in this video. But first, let me give you some background information about the Osefos case. Back on October 9, 2025, Wendy and Eddie Osefo, stars of The Real Housewives of Potomac, were arrested and charged with insurance fraud. Prosecutors alleged the couple lied about a burglary at their home and then filed multiple insurance claims for supposed losses. This case quickly became headline news, with investigators seizing emails and bank records as part of this discovery process. Now, fast forward to November, and prosecutors revealed new claims. The Osefos allegedly used around 40 credit and debit cards, many tied to companies' names and aliases. The aliases include names like Pam Oliver and Eddie Hennessy, which prosecutors said were used to mask their identities during the financial transactions. These records, according to the state, suggested a pattern of excessive spending and deliberate deception. Wendy and Eddie, however, denied these allegations, insisting that prosecutors are misrepresenting their financial practices and that the aliases were not used for fraud.
That's my first thought is $300 and we're arresting a mother and a father, business owners, entrepreneurs. We don't know what the charges are for, but we know that the Osefos have a very successful marijuana business. They are providing jobs and opportunities for people of color in the area, in the DMV. And so my first thought is, are they being targeted? Is this something that we should be thinking about? And I obviously I know the Osefos. I know their children. I know her family, and I'm heartbroken. Like I'm shaking because we're just finding this. I can't.
Well, the Osefo's lawyers are echoing the same thing. They said at the outset, police failed to properly investigate the initial burglary despite clear indication of a break-in, displaying clear bias against the Osefo family. The Osefos heard nothing but silence from police over 18 months, despite complete cooperation and requests for updates in its common knowledge that other Real Housewives cast members have also been victimized after documenting their travel on social media. Yet none face this level of scrutiny or criminal charges. We believe it's deeply unjust for the Sheriff Office and the Office of the State Attorney for Carroll County to publicly expose confidential financial information about Eddie and Wendy Osefo. What is most disturbing is that the state appears to have begun investigating only after charging the Osefos, which is a highly irregular approach that raises serious concerns about motive and fairness. The public release of the family private financial details serves no lawful purpose and only invites conclusionary opinions about the case, and state is obviously still investigating. The Osefos have never used an alias or any financial application. The allegations is false and misleading. Such names were used for the delivery of packages following their lawful purchase to safeguard the identity of very public figures. It is ironic for the state to assert or exaggerate the existence of a purported debt in connections with this accomplished professional couple. Due to process is paramount to the administration of justice and is breached by misleading the public and with a false narrative has only compound harm. The defense is confident the court will prevent any further violation of the Osefos' right to the fair trial. The legal team for the Osefos family. Jeremy Eldridge, Esquire, Clarissa Lindsay, Esquire, Come Through Girl, and Joseph Mother, Esquire. So for now, the current status is that their first current court hearing has been rescheduled to December 2nd, 2025, where these new financial allegations are expected to play a major role. Prosecutors are pushing for broader access to the financial documentations, while the Asafo's lawyers argue that this is a fishing expedition. The case now spans insurance fraud and credit card misuse, making it one of the most complex Bravo related legal dramas in recent memory.
Because I know they didn't take the mug shots for $300, ladies and gentlemen. We have found the Jen Shaw numbers we were looking for. Honestly, I hate that they are going down like this. Y'all like to make jokes, but it takes a lot of work to be a Kim Kardashian. It takes a lot of work to be a Toni Braxton. It takes a lot of work to be a Dorit. What do all those people named have in common? Insurance fraud, allegedly. For Kim, it was Paris, allegedly. Toni Braxton, it was the Louis suitcase that she checked unlocked that had her engagement ring in it, allegedly. Then there was Dorit's home invasion that some people, and maybe even Garcelle, think the husband set up. As for Wendy and Eddie, them police ran up in there on a calm Thursday night and got Wendy and Eddie because according to them, that home invasion that they reported back in April, well, it was fake. Remember, Wendy and Eddie went to Jamaica. When they came back, they said they came back to their home ransacked. Like normal people, they filed a police report. Reported things stolen like her diamond rings, designer bags, the usual. According to the law, Wendy made one rookie mistake. Wendy, if Denzel didn't teach you nothing, you supposed to know you cannot wear the fur coat to the boxing match.
Started as an alleged staged burglary has now spiraled into a full-blown financial fraud investigation. And all of us have our opinion, right? But what about the claims that the law enforcement and court officials are trying to over sensationalize this case? With the court date set for December 2nd, this case is far from over, and it is bound to keep fans and critics glued to every update. So drop your thoughts below. Do you think the Osefos can clear their names, or is this the beginning of the end for their Bravo careers. Okay, that's it. And thank you for watching, fam. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. The drama never sleeps, and neither do we. Catch you in the next one, and bye for now.